Angie, Dakota, Caitlin, Leslie, and Hillary. What do all these names have in common? They're all Amy Poehler's characters she has played on SNL or on a TV show or on a movie. Amy Poehler, I'm honoring her today because she's known for her work on SNL and advancing women's rights, equality, broadening minds of people in general. So she's known for her work on SNL and her movies and on TV. She's created a pathway for women because she's one of the first female comedians to kind of make it big time. She's also opened the minds of young girls by showing them how they can do anything with just the tools that they have. So I'm honoring her today because she is a strong female role model because she's a comedian, she's strong-minded, and a businesswoman. So my first point that she's a strong female role model is because she's a comedian. The editors over at biography.com says she got her start in Chicago at the Improv Olympics. It's a little smaller improv comedy troupe. And then she went to a second city where there she met Tina Fey, and she calls her her lifetime comedic partner. From there, she went to New York City and co-founded the Upright Citizens Brigade, which is another improv group. It eventually got its own show on Comedy Central, been pretty successful. You can hear about them in the news sometimes, and they travel throughout the U.S. putting on shows. And she was actually the first full cast member, female, to be asked to be a full cast member on SNL within her first season. So she didn't even get through the end of her season. They already asked her to be a full member because they start off just as a smaller part, coming in sketches once in a while. And then Hadley Freeman, a writer for The Guardian, she wrote an article about Amy Poehler in July of this year. And she just said her person in general is hilarious. That Amy walks in, she's this short little woman, petite, and she has like this cackle of a laugh. So that's how she's a comedian to her. She actually said that through the interview, Amy Poehler's zipper was down the whole time, shirt was like tucked under her shorts, and it was coming through the bottom. And Amy just laughed it off after she noticed it halfway through. So obviously, I mean, this is a comedian. She's able to laugh at herself, and that's why, again, she's a strong female role model. Second reason why she's a role model is because she's also strong-minded. Zach Dian for Rolling Stone wrote in October of last year that in her book, Yes Please, she was very open about her sex life, about family. She actually said about her sex life, this is a quote from Amy, she goes, "I love it and I'm here to say I am good at it." So, I mean, that's a pretty strong-minded person if she's able to speak that openly about it. She also opened up about her family and the people that affect her in her life, how they've been able to support her and push her to be better and not let anybody get in her way. She's also very open about having a nanny to her two sons. A lot of people today have an issue with it, about nannies being able to be kind of more of the mom and the family figure there. But Amy's totally open about it, says it's part of the family. She loves the nannies that she's had and really helps raise her son. And so again, she doesn't let anybody tell her that that's wrong to have a nanny. And then Hallie Freeman, again for The Guardian, says that one time on an airplane trip to LA, Amy Poehler and Tina Fey decided they wanted to fly first class. So they bought their tickets, started chit-chatting, got maybe a little too loud, and at the end of the flight, a gentleman comes up to them and says, "Hey, you guys, like, you shouldn't be in first class because you're laughing and you're too loud, you don't deserve to be up here." So Amy gave him a piece of her mind, and she later says, "I don't do well with assumed entitlement and privilege," and that's again why she's a strong role model. She's not going to let people walk all over and tell her that she's not supposed to be there just because she's some type of person or she's too loud, for example. And so she's not embarrassed to speak her mind. She's always open about what she believes in. That doesn't let her get her down. So that is why she is a role model, because she's pretty strong-minded. And my third point is that she is a businesswoman. That makes her a strong role model. Again, the editors at biography.com said that when she was pregnant with her son, that did not stop her from working. She was actually about 9 months pregnant when she appeared in a lot of the sketches on SNL during that season. And again, that didn't stop her from performing. But then she left SNL after her first son was born and actually created her famous show Parks and Rec. And shortly after, a web series called Smart Girls at the Party, where she promotes women's rights and young girls and gets them into education and lets them know that they're able to do what they want to do and doesn't matter if they're girls. Hallie Freeman again said that in her article. Amy said that being in charge is actually a big struggle. And as a businesswoman, she's trying to promote her TV shows, her website, any movies that she's in. And she said it's hard because a lot of men try to overpower her and tell her what they think is right, but really it's not. Or it could be right, but she thinks that women should have a voice too. And she reflected back on that, saying that in her SNL days, Jimmy Fallon, he is a good guy, but he said that one of her dirty jokes was not cute, and he said that she shouldn't be saying that like on live television. So in reply to that, she goes, "I don't blinking care if you like it." So again, she's showing that she's a strong businesswoman and a strong role model, because she's not letting some guy, even though Jimmy Fallon's great, she's not letting him say, hey, just because you're a girl, you can't say dirty, foul language and tell a dirty joke on TV. And then actually at a film festival, an interviewer asked her if she ever thought she would make it there, because she's a comedian. You know, a lot of comedians don't make it to the red carpet. It's kind of different to see her there. And she could have said something like, oh yeah, I'm a comedian, you know, I never thought I'd expect to be here. But instead she said, sure I did, giving him a look like, of course, I mean, I'm an actor and comedian like anybody else. Why would you doubt that I would want to be here or thought I would make it there? So to be a strong businesswoman, she also surrounds herself with a lot of female friends and coworkers. They all support each other, and they're able to be a good support system to let women get their voice out there. So in conclusion, Amy Poehler is being honored because she came from blue-collar beginnings, and she worked her way all the way to the top without anybody letting her tell her what she was doing was wrong, and pushed through some gender roles there. And she was a role model for me because I've seen her on SNL forever since she started on there. And she kind of proved to me that girls can be in charge. Boys don't always get the last word and always get to say what goes and what's wrong and what's right. So one of my favorite quotes from her is, "Girls, if a boy says something that isn't funny, you don't have to laugh." And I think that is kind of not just talking about jokes, but I mean, if some guy's trying to tell you that what you're doing is not right, you don't have to believe him, because whatever you're doing could be right as well. So Amy Poehler is a strong female role model for me and for many girls and women today, because she's a comedian, she's strong-minded, and she's a businesswoman. Thank you.